The alien scientists' arrival DR. Lyra stood inside the cold silver ship as it slowly landed on Earth. Her skin was a light blue color, and her eyes glowed softly in the dark. She wore a long white coat, filled with shiny metal tools, each one more advanced than anything found on Earth. Lyra came from the planet Zarin, a world known for its intelligence and technology. She was the youngest scientist in her star system, famous for discovering new things. But Lyra did not respect humans. She believed they were simple, weak, and primitive. As the doors opened, a gust of Earth's air touched her face. Lyra wrinkled her nose and stepped out, scanning the small city in front of her. She saw humans moving quickly, carrying bags, riding noisy machines, talking and laughing. Lyra rolled her eyes. So primitive, she whispered to herself. Her mission was clear. The High Council of Zarian sent her to study Earth's life forms, collect samples, and report her findings. If humans had nothing special, Zarin would ignore this planet forever. If Lyra found anything useful, maybe Zarin would take it for themselves. A human named Dr. Adam met her at the research center's door. He was a friendly man with a big smile, brown hair, and a white lab coat like hers. Adam spoke fast, his voice full of excitement. "Welcome to Earth, Dr. Lyra. I can't believe we have a real alien scientist here." Lyra nodded, pretending to smile. "Thank you, Dr. Adam. I am here only for research." Adam walked her through the building, showing her every machine and tool. The walls were full of posters about human biology, planets, and stars. Lyra looked at everything, but nothing impressed her. She kept thinking, their knowledge is small, their machines are old. Suddenly, Lyra heard a group of young scientists arguing in a room. They talked loudly, their faces serious. "I tell you, it's all about the microscopic swimmers," one woman said. "But how do they move so fast?" "Ours can't do that," another replied. Lyra stopped walking and turned to Adam. "What are microscopic swimmers?" she asked. Adam smiled again. "Oh, that's a funny nickname for her. Human sperm cells. They're small but very important for life. We're doing experiments to see how they work." "Want to see?" Lyra tried to hide her boredom. She had studied reproduction in hundreds of alien species. She believed nothing on Earth could surprise her, but Adam's excitement was strange. Why would humans be so interested in something so simple? Inside the lab, scientists looked through microscopes and wrote notes. One young scientist showed Lyra a special glass slide. "Look here, Dr. Lyra. These are human sperm cells. Watch them move." Lyra bent down and looked through the microscope lens. At first, she saw only tiny shapes moving in a liquid. Then she looked closer. The swimmers darted left and right, full of energy. Their tails spun so fast, it was almost hard to see. Lyra's eyes grew wide. She had seen cells like this before, but never so powerful, never so determined. The scientists explained more. "These swimmers can move through tough places. They find their way no matter what. We're trying to understand how they do it." Lyra felt a strange feeling in her chest. Was it curiosity? Surprise? She did not want to admit that anything about humans could interest her. Just then, the lights in the lab flickered. Adam laughed. "Power problem. It happens all the time here." But Lyra was still focused on the swimmers. She took out her own tiny scanner and secretly recorded the movement of the cells. Adam did not see her do it. "I want to learn more about your biology," Lyra said quickly. "Can I have some samples to study?" Adam nodded, thinking she was just being a good scientist. Back in her room that night, Lyra sent a secret message to her home planet. Observation. Humans have unexpected microscopic swimmers. Strong, fast, adaptable. More research needed. Will continue analysis. She stared out the window at the human city below, her mind racing. Maybe there was more to humans than she thought. Maybe these primitive creatures had a secret power. Suddenly, she heard another group of scientists in the hallway whispering. If what Dr. Adam said is true, we might be looking at the biggest discovery in human biology, one said. We can't let anyone steal this research, another replied. Lyra's heart beat faster. For the first time, she felt a little fear. She had come to Earth thinking she would teach humans. But now, she was starting to wonder if she would be the one to learn something new. The night grew dark. Outside, the city lights shined like stars. Inside, Dr. Lyra was wide awake, thinking about the tiny swimmers and what secrets they might be hiding. The lab experiment, the next morning, Dr. Lyra woke up early. She barely slept because her mind was full of questions about the human microscopic swimmers. The memory of how those tiny cells moved with such energy and purpose would not leave her thoughts. She wanted answers. At the research center, Dr. Adam was already busy. He looked up and smiled as Lyra entered the lab. Good morning, Dr. Lyra. Ready for more experiments? He asked. Lyra nodded, trying to look calm. Yes, I am very interested in your swimmers. I want to learn how they work. Adam laughed, not knowing how serious Lyra was. He gathered some lab tools and motioned for her to join him at the microscope. Adam showed her how to prepare a fresh sample. We collect the sperm cells like this, then we put them in a special liquid so we can watch how they move. Lyra watched every step closely. She had done similar experiments on her own planet, but Earth's methods were different, simple, but clever. When Adam placed the sample under the microscope, Lyra took a deep breath and peered through the lens. The tiny swimmers appeared again. This time, she studied their every move. The tails spun so fast, pushing the cells forward. Some swimmers raced ahead, others circled back, but none stopped. Adam explained, "These cells are designed for one job, to find and reach the egg. But what surprises us is how strong and fast they are. Even in difficult conditions, they keep moving." Lyra thought about her own people. Zarene's cells were slow and delicate compared to this. She remembered her training life always adapts to survive. But she had never seen adaptation like this. Adam continued, "Humans are not the biggest or the strongest in the universe. But maybe our secret is in these swimmers. They fight for life even when the journey is hard." Lyra stared at the moving cells. She ran her own scanner over the microscope, gathering as much information as she could without anyone noticing. After a while, Adam invited Lyra to the next room. "Come, let's compare human swimmers with other animals on Earth. Maybe you'll see something interesting," he said. Inside, there were slides from dogs, cats, birds, and even fish. Each sample was shown under a microscope. Lyra observed each one. She noticed that human swimmers were different, not always the fastest, but the most determined. They kept moving, finding ways around obstacles, never giving up. Adam watched her face. "You look surprised, Dr. Lyra. Did you think humans were so simple?" Lyra hesitated, then answered, "Your species is more interesting than I thought. There is something special about these cells." Adam smiled with pride. "Maybe that's why humans survived so much in history. We don't give up no matter how small or weak we look." As the day went on, Lyra grew more curious. She took more notes, ran more tests, and asked more questions. She checked the chemical makeup of the swimmers, their speed, their strength, and how they changed in different liquids. She noticed that if the environment was too hot or cold, most animal cells stopped moving. But many human swimmers still tried to move, no matter what. At lunchtime, Lyra sat alone in the cafeteria, thinking about everything she had learned. She wrote in her secret notebook, "Human swimmers show strange levels of adaptability and energy. Is this what helps humans survive? Must investigate further. Will send samples to Zarene for deeper study." Suddenly, her communication device buzzed. It was a message from her home planet. "Progress report required. Any signs of advanced evolution?" Are humans useful to Zarian? Lyra frowned. She could not send full details, yet not until she understood everything. She replied, Analysis. Ongoing. Early results suggest unexpected adaptability in human microscopic swimmers. Need more time. Later, as she walked back to the lab, Lyra noticed two scientists whispering in the hallway. They say Dr. Lyra is very interested in our research, one said. Maybe she'll help us solve the mystery, the other replied. Lyra smiled to herself. These humans had no idea she was sending secret reports to another planet. But Lyra's own curiosity was growing. She wanted to know the truth, not just for Zarin, but for herself. That night, after everyone left the lab, Lyra sneaked in alone. She ran new tests on the samples, using alien tools hidden in her bag. She saw results that amazed her chemical reactions and energy bursts she had never seen before. As the clock ticked past midnight, Lyra realized something important. She was not just studying humans anymore. She was discovering a secret that might change everything her people believed about Earth. Her heart raced with excitement and fear. She locked the samples away, double-checked her data, and prepared to face a new day, one step closer to a truth that would shock both humans and aliens. Alien doubt and human pride. Lyra spent the whole night thinking about the new things she had learned. The more she studied the human swimmers, the more questions filled her mind. How could something so small be so strong? Why did human swimmers never give up, even when the conditions were difficult? On her own planet, Zarin, scientists believed they were the most advanced in the galaxy. But now, Lyra was not so sure. Early in the morning, before the sun had fully risen, Lyra sent a private report to the High Council of Zarin. She wrote, Update. Human microscopic swimmers display unexpected speed and adaptability. Recommend deeper analysis. I need more time for experiments. Humans might have secrets worth learning. She waited nervously for a reply. The council rarely answered right away, but Lyra knew they would be watching her work closely now. She felt a strange pressure. She must find out everything about the human swimmers before someone else did. At breakfast in the cafeteria, Dr. Adam joined Lyra at her table, carrying a cup of hot coffee and a big smile. Good morning, Dr. Lyra. Did you sleep well? Lyra smiled politely. I had a lot to think about. Your swimmers are not what I expected, Adam laughed. You know, humans are full of surprises. Maybe that's why we're still here. Lyra noticed that Adam seemed proud, not just of his work, but of being human. He talked about famous discoveries in human science and the times when humans survived big disasters. He even told stories about people who never gave up, even when things looked impossible. You see, Lyra, he said, humans have always been called weak, but we keep fighting. We always try to do better, even if we fail 100 times. Lyra thought about this. On Zarin, people hated failure. If something didn't work, they threw it away and started again. But these humans kept trying, no matter how hard things. After breakfast, Adam invited Lyra to a special room in the research center. On the walls were photos of scientists, athletes, and explorers from all around the world. These are some of the greatest humans, Adam said. Some of them changed the world with just one idea. Some survived terrible accidents. But they all had one thing in common: they didn't give up. Lyra looked at the faces. There were men and women, young and old, people of all colors. Each one had a story of hope, struggle, and victory. Later that day, Adam showed Lyra more about human science. They talked about DNA, evolution, and survival. Lyra started to realize that humans were not just lucky, they had something inside them that made them different. While Lyra was in the lab, her communication device buzzed with a new message from the High Council of Zarin. Do not trust humans. Send samples immediately. If you find anything useful, we will decide what to do. Lyra felt uneasy. The council was getting impatient. She knew that if Zarian found something powerful in humans, they might try to steal it or control it. Lyra did not want that. She wanted to learn, not to hurt. In the afternoon, Lyra prepared more experiments. She compared human swimmers with samples from her own people. She watched them both under the microscope. The difference was clear. Human swimmers were faster, stronger, and always moving forward, while Zaran swimmers were slow and weak and tough. Situations. Adam noticed Lyra's silence and asked, "Is something wrong?" "You look worried." Lyra hesitated, then said, "Your swimmers. They're amazing. I've never seen anything like them on any world I've studied." Adam's eyes widened. "Really? I always thought humans were pretty ordinary." Lyra shook her head. "No, you are special. You have something no one else has." That evening, Lyra walked outside the lab and looked at the sky. The stars above reminded her of home. She missed Zaran, but something inside her had changed. She felt respect for the humans, now something she never thought was possible. Suddenly, she saw two scientists in the shadows, whispering to each other. "Do you think Dr. Lyra can be trusted?" one asked. "She's helping us, but we must be careful," the other replied. This discovery could change everything. "We have to protect it." Lyra's heart raced. She realized that she was not the only one with secrets. The humans were worried too. Maybe they sensed that their secret was important, maybe even dangerous. That night, as Lyra wrote her notes and sent her daily report, she did not mention everything. Some secrets she decided to keep for herself. She wondered if the council on Zaran would understand. Maybe, for the first time, Lyra felt more like a human than an alien scientist. In the darkness, one thing was clear. The real power of humans was not just in their bodies, but in their spirit, their endless hope, courage, and the unstoppable. Will inside even their tiniest cells. The hidden truth. Lyra spent the next days lost in her experiments. She collected more human samples and compared them with samples from Zaran and other alien species in the Galactic Science Network. She worked quietly, always making sure that Adam and the other humans didn't notice her alien tools hidden inside her backpack. Every day, she found something new and strange about the human swimmers. Late one evening, after most scientists had left, Lyra sat alone in the lab. Under the bright microscope, the human swimmers moved with wild energy. She placed the Zaran samples on another slide. Their swimmers moved slowly, almost lazily. When the temperature changed, the Zaran cells stopped moving. The human swimmers, however, kept going, twisting and fighting through the cold. Lyra took careful notes. Human swimmers adapt to temperature and chemicals. Zaran swimmers stop after small changes. Human cells never give up. Why? Must find the reason. She ran new tests. She changed the liquid, added different chemicals, and even used weak electric shocks. Every time, the human swimmers kept moving, trying to find a way forward. Lyra felt a mix of excitement and fear. What kind of secret power did these small Earth cells have? If her council found out, would they try to use it for their own gain? That night, Adam walked into the lab, holding a cup of tea. "You're working late again, Dr. Lyra. Is everything okay?" Lyra looked up, a little startled. She quickly hid her alien scanner under her notebook. I'm just trying to understand what makes your swimmers so strong," she said honestly. Adam sat next to her. "Sometimes I think the secret is simple. Humans are survivors. We don't have the strongest muscles or the biggest brains, but we never give up." He pointed at the microscope. "Maybe that spirit lives in every part of us, even the smallest cell." Lyra nodded, but she wasn't sure. This was more than just a fighting spirit. It was science, something real, something physical inside these swimmers. She wanted answers. She ran a new test, this time mixing a small drop of Zaran swimmer fluid with human fluid. For a moment, nothing happened. Then suddenly, the human swimmers moved even faster, like they were energized by the alien chemicals. Lyra gasped. She realized that human swimmers could not only survive in different conditions, they could change, adapt, and get even stronger. No alien cells did this, she whispered. Incredible. Adam saw the wonder in her eyes. Did you find something new? Lyra hesitated. Should she tell him the full truth? Could she trust him? Finally, she decided. She whispered, Adam, I'm not just a scientist from another country. I'm from another planet. Adam stared, mouth open in shock. You're serious? Lyra nodded, looking afraid. I came here to study humans for my people. But now I think I want to help you protect your secret. Adam was silent for a moment, then he nodded. Thank you for trusting me. We should work together. If someone wants to steal this discovery, we have to stop them. At that very moment, Lyra's communication device buzzed with an urgent message from Zarin. Aliens detected your secret research. Mission agents arriving soon. Secure human samples. Prepare for extraction. Lyra showed the message to Adam. They know, she whispered. They're coming for your swimmers. Adam's face grew serious. Then we have to protect the lab and our work. They stayed up all night, building new security on the computers, hiding the most important samples, and making backup files. Lyra used some small alien gadgets to make invisible locks on the storage cabinets. Adam called his most trusted friends and asked them to watch for strangers. Before sunrise, Adam and Lyra sat together in the dark lab, tired but determined. Thank you, Lyra, Adam said quietly. You didn't have to help us. Lyra smiled. Maybe Earth is not as primitive as I thought. Maybe I have more to learn from you. As the sun rose, the lab was silent except for the quiet whir of machines and the steady heartbeat of hope. Outside, the city was waking up, but inside, Lyra and Adam were ready. Together, they had discovered a hidden truth, one that could change the fate of both their worlds. But the real challenge was about to begin. Somewhere in the city, Zarin agents were already on their way, ready to steal the secret that made humans unique. The race against time, the morning sun rose slowly over the city. But inside the research center, everything was tense. Dr. Lyra and Dr. Adam knew they were running out of time. The message from Zarin was clear: alien agents would arrive soon to take the secret of the human swimmers. They had to act fast. Adam double-checked the doors and windows. He asked his most trusted colleagues to keep an eye on anyone new in the building. Lyra used her hidden alien scanner to search for strange energy signals. The scanner beeped and flashed. Someone is already here, she whispered. Adam's heart raced. How much time do we have? Not much, Lyra replied. Zarin agents are clever. They'll try to look like humans, maybe even scientists. But I can feel their technology. We must move the samples now. They rushed to the lab's cold storage room. Lyra took out the vials holding the strongest human swimmers, carefully placing them in a small metal case. Adam grabbed the backup computer drives and slid them into his backpack. Where will we hide them? Adam asked, his voice shaking. Lyra thought quickly. We need somewhere safe, outside the lab. A place only you know. Adam nodded. There's an old observatory on the edge of the city. It's locked up, but I have the keys. No one goes there anymore. Lyra smiled. Perfect, let's go. As they left the lab, Lyra saw two strangers standing in the hallway, pretending to read a bulletin board. They wore lab coats, but their eyes were cold and their movements too careful. Lyra whispered, "Those are Zarin agents. Don't look at them. Walk fast, act normal." Adam swallowed hard and forced a smile as they passed. The agents glanced at them, then at each other, quietly following. Lyra and Adam hurried to Adam's small car in the parking lot. As they drove away, Lyra checked her scanner again. They're following us. We need to lose them. Adam drove through busy city streets, turning left and right, trying to blend in with traffic. Lyra gave directions, using her scanner to track the agent's car. "Take the next right," she said. "Now." Left quickly. For a few tense minutes, it seemed like the agents were catching up. But then Adam turned down a narrow alley and parked behind an old grocery store. "They're gone." "For now," Lyra said, her breath shaky. "Let's hurry to the observatory." The Finu Observatory was an old round building with a big metal dome. Adam unlocked the heavy door, and they slipped inside. Dust covered the floors and old star maps lined the walls. "This place is perfect," Lyra said, setting the case of samples on a metal table. "No one will find us here." Adam hid the backup drives inside an old safe, covering them with papers. Lyra used her alien technology to make a security field around the samples. "Only you and I can open this now," she explained. "If anyone else tries, it will lock forever." They both sat down for a moment, exhausted but relieved. Outside, clouds gathered over the city, and a cold wind rattled the windows suddenly. Adam's phone buzzed. He picked it up and listened, his face turning pale. That was Dr. Susan from the lab. "She says strangers are searching everyone's offices. They're asking for me and you." Lyra nodded. "They know we're missing. They'll search everywhere." Adam looked at Lyra. "What if they catch us?" Lyra's eyes were serious. "If they get the samples, Zarin will take your secret and maybe control or harm humans. We can't let that happen. We must protect your swimmers, no matter what." Adam's fear turned to determination. "Then we fight. We use both your alien tech and my human knowledge." They made a plan. Adam would go back to the lab and act normal, to avoid suspicion. Lyra would stay hidden at the observatory, watching the scanners. If the agents came too close, she would alert Adam right away. Before Adam left, Lyra handed him a small alien device. "Wear this under your shirt. If you're in danger, press the button. I'll find you." Adam nodded. "Thank you, Lyra. I never thought I'd trust an alien with my life." Lyra smiled gently. "And I never thought I'd trust a human. But now we are in this together." Adam left for the lab, feeling both nervous and brave. Lyra stayed at the observatory, watching the screens, waiting and hoping. The race against time had begun. The safety of the human secret depended on their courage and teamwork. Outside, thunder rumbled, as if the whole world held its breath, waiting to see who would win this silent battle. The Great Escape DR. Adam walked back into the research center, trying to act normal even though his heart was beating fast. He smiled and waved at people in the hallway, pretending nothing was wrong. But everywhere he looked, he saw strangers in lab coats. Their eyes watched him, cold and sharp. He knew they were Zarin agents in disguise. He went to his office and sat down, his hands shaking. He tried to focus on work, but every time someone walked by, he feared they might be coming for him. Dr. Susan came into the office and closed the door quietly. "Adam, are you okay?" "There are strange people asking questions. They say they're from a government agency, but something feels wrong." Adam nodded. "I know, Susan. Just stay calm. If anyone asks about me or Dr. Lyra, say you don't know anything." Susan looked worried but nodded. She slipped out, leaving Adam alone. He reached under his shirt and pressed the small alien device Lyra had given him. Instantly, Lyra received his signal at the observatory. Lyra's scanner beeped. She saw red dots moving toward the research center. She grabbed her small alien communicator and spoke softly. "Adam, you're in danger. Get out now." Adam jumped up and grabbed his bag. He walked quickly through the halls, but two Zarin agents blocked his way at the main exit. Adam turned and walked the other way, heart pounding. He slipped into a side door and raced down the stairs to the basement. He needed to get out, but the building was filling with agents. Lyra watched the scanner as Adam's signal moved lower in the building. She knew she had to help. She left the observatory, hiding the samples and locking the security field. She hurried through back streets toward the research center, using her alien tech to avoid cameras and people. In the basement, Adam searched for a way out. He found an old maintenance tunnel that led under the city streets. He pushed open the heavy door and hurried inside, using his phone's light to see. The tunnel was dark and smelled of old water, but he kept moving. Above ground, 2 agents followed Adam's trail to the basement. Lyra, dressed in a dark hoodie, arrived just in time. She pointed a small alien device at the agents, making a flash of light. The agents fell, unconscious for a few minutes, just enough time. Lyra ran down into the basement and found Adam halfway through the tunnel. "Come on, they're after us," she whispered. Adam nodded, breathing hard. "We have to get back to the observatory. The samples are safe there." They hurried through the dark tunnel, Lyra's alien scanner lighting the way. Behind them, more agents were waking up and searching. Lyra and Adam climbed out of a hidden exit in a quiet alley. They ran to Adam's car, jumped in, and sped away. The agents spotted them leaving and chased them in a black van. Adam drove fast through the city, dodging cars and taking sharp turns. Lyra looked back and saw the van getting closer. "They're not giving up," Adam shouted. Lyra pressed a button on her scanner, sending an electric pulse to the van. The van's lights flickered, and it slowed down for a few moments. Adam took the chance and sped onto a side street. Soon they reached the observatory. Adam locked the car, and they ran inside. Lyra checked the security field. The samples and backup drives were safe, but the scanners showed the agents were closing. Adam and Lyra hid in the shadows as the van pulled up outside. The agents searched the building, but Lyra's alien security blocked every door they tried. The agents grew frustrated, unable to find a way in. Inside, Adam whispered, "What if they break through?" Lyra shook her head. "They can't. My security is strong. But we can't stay here forever. We need help." Adam used his phone to call Dr. Susan. He trusted her. "Susan, call the police and tell them dangerous strangers are at the observatory. Say nothing about the samples. Just get help here fast." Minutes later, sirens wailed in the distance. The agents, hearing the sound, quickly left the observatory and disappeared into the city before police arrived. Adam and Lyra stepped outside as the police came. Adam explained that there had been a break-in attempt, but left out all details about aliens or the secret swimmers. The police promised to keep watch on the building. That night, Adam and Lyra sat together in the observatory, safe for now. "We did it," Adam whispered, exhausted. Lyra smiled. "You were brave, Adam. Without you, I could not have saved the samples. I used to think humans were weak. Now I know you are stronger than anyone I have met." As the stars shined above, both felt relief. The secret was safe, and for the first time, Lyra understood the true power of humans, not just in their cells, but in their hearts and teamwork. But they knew this was not the end. They would need to stay alert and protect the secret together. Respect earned to the observatory was quiet the next morning. Sunlight slipped through the dusty windows, shining on the old star maps and strange alien gadgets. Dr. Lyra stood by the telescope, looking out at the waking city below. She was tired, but happy. For the first time since coming to Earth, she felt like she belonged. Dr. Adam came in carrying 2 cups of coffee. He handed one to Lyra, who smiled and took it gratefully. "We did it, Lyra," Adam said softly. "The police are watching the building, and the Zaran agents are gone for now." Lyra nodded. "Thank you, Adam. I could never have done this without you. You taught me that humans are not primitive. You have courage, heart, and something special inside you." Adam grinned. "And you showed me that aliens can be true friends." They sat together, watching the sunlight grow stronger. Adam pulled out the metal case holding the precious human swimmer samples. Lyra opened it and looked at the vials. We must protect these. Not just from Zarin, but from anyone who would misuse this secret. Adam agreed. Maybe it's time to tell the world, slowly and with care. But for now, only the right people should know. Suddenly, Lyra's communicator buzzed. It was a message from the High Council of Zarin. Report. Have you obtained the secret? Are humans worth our attention? Lyra took a deep breath. She remembered how she once looked down on humans, calling them primitive and weak. But now she saw the truth. Humans were strong, not because of technology or power, but because they never gave up, right down to the smallest cell dot. She replied to her council. Mission complete. Humans have a unique strength in their microscopic swimmers. They adapt and survive in ways no other species can. I advise that Zarin leave Earth in peace. There is much to learn from humans, not through force, but through friendship and respect. The council took time to answer. Finally, a message came. Understood. We will withdraw our agents. Continue to study Earth. Report any new discoveries. Zarin will not interfere. Lyra felt relief and pride. She turned to Adam and smiled. It's over. Zarin will leave Earth alone. The secret is safe. Adam sighed with relief. Thank you, Lyra. I was afraid for all humans. Now I know we're safe, thanks to you. As the days passed, Lyra became a real part of Adam's team. She taught the scientists about her world, never sharing dangerous secrets, but always showing kindness and curiosity. The team grew close. They learned from each other every day. Lyra also began to see Earth with new eyes. She tried local food, watched movies, visited museums, and made friends. She laughed with Adam and the other scientists. Sometimes she even forgot she was an alien at all. One day, Adam called the whole team together. We have a new project, he said. We're going to study how humans can be even stronger and healthier using only safe science, nothing secret. We'll share our discoveries with everyone. Lyra helped lead the project. She encouraged the team to respect every life, no matter how small. She taught them that true strength was not about fighting, but about surviving, adapting, and caring for others. Months passed. The research center became famous for its honest and careful science. People from all over the world came to learn. Adam and Lyra became partners, not just in science, but in hope. They showed everyone that even the biggest differences could become the greatest friendships. On a quiet evening, Adam and Lyra stood on the observatory's balcony, looking at the stars. You know, Adam said, I used to dream about meeting aliens. I never thought I'd become friends with one and save the world together. Lyra laughed. And I never thought I'd respect humans so much. You changed my heart. They looked up at the sky, knowing that somewhere far away, the Zarin were watching. But now, there was no fear, only hope for the future. And deep inside, Lyra knew that she had learned Earth's greatest secret. The real power of humans was not just in their microscopic swimmers, but in their will to survive, their kindness, and the courage to work together. In the end, respect had been earned, and two worlds were better for it.